Hello everyone, back tuning in today's second video to JMA Friday for today's second video. So as always on a Friday, we're having a look at the weather for the month ahead with Japanese and CFS B2 miles. It's going to take us just into the beginning of September. So we will come to the end of meteorological summer 2020 with this update and begin meteorological autumn. Of course, it's very questionable because very often we get summer weather extending well on into September. A lot of years have really warm summer weather in September, but we need defined periods when it comes to divvying up the statistics for the seasons of the months, and so meteorological summer is like first day of June to the last day of August, and meteorological autumn is like first day of September to the last day of November. So yes, this gets us just to the beginning of meteorological autumn. So I'll get on that view very shortly. Just say that the European Outlook has been released, so that's having a detailed look at the weather for the coming week across Europe. It's going to be a very hot week this week across many parts of Europe, so have a look at that one. And also got the 10 to 14 day video update coming up later on this afternoon. Probably be a little bit later on. I'll wait and see how hot those temperatures are getting down in the southeast this afternoon. But you will be seeing that later on, and it will have all of regular features in with it as well. Okay then, so we're going to start off with the JMA 500 millibar height anomaly from the North Pole and Northern Hemisphere view down. So 500 millibars is an area in the atmosphere, high pressure and low pressure are being moved around by the jet stream, of course. So red extrapolates to above average heights, yellow, orange and red, and blue extrapolates to below average heights, which is low pressure, of course. These are broken down into week periods. The first week period is going to take us from today, the 7th, through to the 14th of August. And this looks hot. In the week ahead, we have above average heights sitting over and to the north and northeast of the country, below average heights down to the southwest. Winds are going to be coming around that ridge from a southeasterly direction, and so it looks pretty dry, but also quite volatile potentially with heat and humidity, and yeah, it just looks pretty hot there. With high pressure to our northeast and low pressure from the southwest, trying to bring in a thundery breakdown. This goes on into week 2, really. This is the 14th to the 21st of August, with again above average heights to the north, to the northeast, below average heights to the southwest. Those below average heights are getting closer to us, though, so it implies increasingly unsettled conditions. But with winds still coming in from like an east or southeast direction, it is still likely to be volatile. Could be thunder in with that, and maybe more general spells of rain coming through as well. Still pretty warm, I would have thought, with temperature being drawn in from an east or southeasterly direction, so maybe warm but thundery there through the middle part of August. And then weeks 3 and 4 just look generally unsettled. This is the 21st of August to the 4th of September. And now it looks like we're bringing in low pressure from off the Atlantic. It looks like low pressure is coming in off the Atlantic Ocean. And so we're probably just turning unsettled there with that, and probably cooling down as well, because we're losing that east to southeasterly influence with the air mass, and we're bringing the air in from off the Atlantic. So that's going to be a lot cooler. Dare I say it, potentially even a little bit autumnal, perhaps by the end of August and into the beginning of September. Now, do keep in mind, this is a 2-weekly anomaly, so it could be a little bit transitional. So it could be we still have a reasonable amount of warm weather in week 3, but certainly it looks like over 2 weeks, like the last week of August and into the opening days of September, it looks like it's turning a little bit more unsettled, I have to say, with that, and also cooler as well. Let's have a look at tropical and mid-latitude view to confirm this with temperature and rainfall anomalies. So British Isles, the top right-hand corner of the chart as you are looking at it on this view. We can't see the Arctic and North Pole because that's off the chart up here. But of course, we just had a look at that view down. So we know what's going on. So for week 1, this is the week 1 500 millibar height anomaly from the 7th to the 14th of August. And again, we have these above average heights to the north and northeast, and we're drawing in these east or southeasterly winds, which again could be very warm. So temperature anomalies are significantly warmer than average in this week. So yes, in most orange colour, so that's like 2 to 3 degrees above average. Most parts of Europe looking really warm as well, up to 4 degrees above average there. But also a little bit wet, a little bit on the wetter than average side actually in the weekend. So although it is very warm, it also does imply the risk of big thunderstorms and plenty of volatility, and particularly so for England and Wales. So you can probably expect quite a lot of heavy showers, thunderstorms, maybe even some longer spells of thundery rain at times, with the heat and humidity combining to produce those big showers and storms. Week 2 takes us from the 14th to the 21st of August, with the above average heights up to the northeast, the below average heights out to south-southwest, but a little bit closer to us, potentially bringing unsettled conditions in from the south. Temperature anomalies are still a little bit above average, but lowering, going closer to average there for week 2. Rainfall anomaly still a little bit above average, especially so for England and for Wales as well. Mirroring to weeks 3 and 4, and this just generally looks quite unsettled, really. Probably a bit of a surprise, this, what the JMA is showing here, with below average heights coming in off the Atlantic Ocean. This time, temperature anomalies are falling, so actually hinting at going a little bit on the cooler than average side here, I think, in weeks 3 and 4, from the 21st of August to the 4th of September. Definitely cooling down, and maybe hints of autumn in the air, and also wetter than average too, so cool and unsettled as we come towards the end of August and into the early part of September as well, perhaps. Quite a surprise what the JMA is showing there. Let's see how the CFS-V2 compares. So again, these are 500 millibar heights broken down into weekly periods. The first weekly period is going to take us from the 7th to the 13th of August. The coming week again, in agreement with the JMA for this week, with above average heights sitting to our east and northeast, and just drawing in these very warm or hot southerly or southeast winds. So the coming week does look significantly hotter than average. We go through to week 2, which is the 14th to the 20th of August, with again high pressure up to the east-northeast. Again, we're drawing in those east or southeast winds. Less influence from low pressure to our south and southwest, though, with CFS compared to the JMA. So this is probably a drier scenario, and also pretty hot as well, with those east-southeast winds still being drawn in. Week 3, now this is a big change what the JMA is showing. This is week 3, 21st to 27th of August, still with high pressure dominating, still got high pressure dominating here. Low pressure is up towards Greenland and Iceland, but it looks like overall we're still under this ridge of high pressure, still probably mainly dry and potentially very warm as well. So this is a very warm August being signalled with the CFS-V2 compared to the JMA, which is turning things cooler and more unsettled through the second half of August. Now, by week 4, the CFS does get more or less to where the JMA is. So it's the 28th of August to the 3rd of September, and now we see the ridge breaking down. Low pressure comes back to the north, and we start to bring the jet stream in from off the Atlantic as well. The high pressure sort of recedes back into western Russia and pulls into the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. So this week, week 4, does turn cooler and more unsettled, with showers and longer spells of rain. And yeah, bring the jet stream back in from off the Atlantic. But up to then, that's week 4, up to then, weeks 1, 2 and 3 was CFS, suggesting lots of dry and very warm weather to come. So this is a temperature anomaly for week 1 from the CFS-V2, the 7th to the 13th of August. This is significantly hotter than average, not just in the UK, but most parts of Europe really, really roasting in the week ahead. So it's going to be a very, very hot week indeed to come. Week 2 is also hotter than average, significantly so. For much of the UK, we're around 1 to 2 degrees above average. Most parts of the Europe also looking hotter than average as well in week 2. Week 3 also looks warmer than average, 21st, 27th of August, again significantly above average by around a degree above average. So the hottest week is week 1, but weeks 2 and 3 also appreciably warmer than average. Week 4 shows a bit of a change as those warmer than average anomalies begin to drain away, and it starts to turn cooler, particularly to the north and west of the country. This is the 28th of August to the 3rd of September. So maybe we begin September on a relatively cool note for a change. And then rainfall anomalies finally from a CFS V2. This is week 1 rainfall anomaly from the 7th to the 13th of August. Drier than average out to our north and west. Hints of being a bit wetter than average to our south. Again, implying thunderstorms moving up from the south at times. Week 2 rainfall anomaly from the 14th to the 20th of August is near normal. Not a particularly big deviation. Week 3 temperature anomaly from the 21st to 27th of August is also near normal. And then week 4, which you might expect to be a little bit more unsettled, but actually that hints at being near normal to maybe a little bit on the drier side. That's the 28th of August to 3rd of September. Not sure about that one, but it's a very long way out anyway, so it's not worth worrying about. Right, so we've got problems here. Both models are agreeing about the first week, so the coming week going to be hot, and there will be a risk of thunderstorms moving up from the south. So they're both in agreement about that. From week 2 onwards, they are differing. So the JMA turns things increasingly unsettled as we go through August, cools things down quite quickly, and just brings spells of rain and cooler weather in from off the Atlantic as we go through this through the rest of this August. The CFS looks a lot drier, a lot warmer, a lot hotter for weeks 2 and potentially for weeks 3 as well. And it's not until week 4, the very end of August, into the start of September, that the JMA possibly hints at its, the CFS should say, possibly hints that it goes cooler and more unsettled. So will this be a hot August, or is it a case that once this sort of hot week is out of the way, will we then cool down quickly and turn things unsettled from off the Atlantic? We shall see. Out of the two, I'll probably side with the CFS a little bit more on this. So I've got a feeling we will probably have quite a warm August with a fair amount of high pressure. But we shall see. Don't discount the JMA. It could be on something with this. Remember, it's just a snapshot of what these two models are showing. They could all look very different next week. Any forecast beyond 5 to 7 days is fraught with health warnings and fraught with danger and comes with health warnings. Right, so going to be back later on with your 10 to 14 daily update, including all of regular features. Come back for that then. For JMA Friday, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.